Happy Monday, everybody. We're back at it for another exciting week of local TV. It's Monday, the second day of December 2019. I'm Dan Kuntz. The last time we saw each other was on Friday morning, and it was still November. It's not November anymore. Nope. It is December. The year has flown by. The decade has flown by. We only got a few more days left before we wrap up the decade, the 2010s, I guess is how we put that. Got some pretty good stuff for you today. Lots to get to. It was a busy weekend. We'll fill you in on all the latest headlines. We got sports and everything else you're used to. Quite a bit of fender benders and accidents, and a couple of very serious accidents occurred yesterday with the light snowfall. In fact, a very serious accident on the BB Bridge is our lead story today, but I actually counted them all up. We get this, if you're accredited media, you get this from Rivercom. You get this each morning right around 6 o'clock, and basically it's called the Law Incident Summary Report. And this is basically everything that law enforcement had to do that was called out for. They had to go respond to an incident of one kind or another. And this is I added them all up. This is from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, Douglas County Sheriff's Office, City of Wenatchee Police Department, City of East Wenatchee Police Department. How many accidents did they respond to yesterday? This is Sunday only. I didn't have time to count Friday or Saturday for that matter. 47 different accidents. I highlighted them in pink. We didn't do very good yesterday when it came to driving in the snow. 47 reportable accidents responded to by local law enforcement. That doesn't even count the State Patrol. Right now, the main roads in and around the Wenatchee Valley, they're okay. It's the side streets, the residential areas. We could see some hidden layers of ice. In fact, the roads are so icy out in Quincy and Moses Lake that there's no school in those respective school districts this morning. So no school if you go to the Moses Lake School District or the Quincy School District. They got just a little bit more snow than we did here in the Wenatchee Valley, but it was just enough to make things a little on the whoa side yesterday. Things are going to warm up. We'll have some snow melt. We're still going to have a little bit of a wintry mix, but we're going to be okay. It's going to warm up to in the lower 40s, as a matter of fact, by the back half of this week. Forecast details are coming up, plus your past report. Sports, we got the Obscura Holiday. We got Today in History. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNarty's opinion. Some celebrity birthdays have been coming your way. We'll also talk about the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. We hope you get a chance to drop by at Hooked on Toys on Saturday morning between 10 and 11. Eric and the crew are broadcasting live for the official kickoff of the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. We'll talk about that. And my guests in the second half of the hour, talking about the big holiday craft bazaar. It happens at the Wenatchee High School Commons on Saturday, and I had a chance last week to sit down in the band room and talk to the senior drum major and the junior drum major for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. And this holiday craft bazaar on Saturday is their single biggest fundraiser of the year. We'll have that conversation with those really cool kids, nice kids. Good job, parents, whoever raised those two. We'll talk about them and talk with them in the back half of the program. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Let's take you around the valley with our Valley View cameras. It's overcast and 24 degrees outside of our studios. We have the fog issues and the low cloud issues that we sometimes get this time of the year, which pretty much obscures our cross camera. We always start with a cross camera when it's viewable, but there's no reason to show you nothing. So we're going to go to downtown Wenatchee and take a look at the camera on top of the Cascadian Hotel. We have two of these on the towers at the top of the Cascadian, which is about the highest point in downtown Wenatchee. So that's looking northbound on Wenatchee Avenue with Mission Street to your immediate left. Monday morning commute. A lot of people have Monday off, so the commute is pretty much lighter than normal. Of course, for the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts, it's late start, in addition to the 4-day weekend that they just had. So as I mentioned before, the main arterials that you see, the Wenatchee Avenue, Mission, Chelan, all the heavily traveled roadways around our area, they're okay. It's the side streets that you may be slipping into sliding, as little Richard was saying. Camera number 2. I don't know. Megan gets to decide. We're going to do the other Cascadian camera. We're going to look right at the Pybus Puppet Market and the Hilton Garden Inn. Pybus to your right, Hilton Garden Inn to your left. You can see the pedestrian footbridge that goes over the Burlington Northern Santa Fe tracks. Heads you down to Riverfront Park. And a beautiful and chilly Monday morning. But again, we're going to have some significant snow melt. Our precipitation shadow that the Cascades gives us, there's a couple of weak weather disturbances that are going to come in from the west to the east, but they're not going to really give us much of anything. All in all, really, the week looks pretty quiet from Mother Nature's perspective. Camera number 3, 4, I've lost track already. Well, there's the Orondo Rock camera. Very one of our more popular cameras. That one is another one of those cameras that we can use this time of the year because it's low enough that it's not obscured by clouds. The Rocky Reach Dam way off in the distance. The Stimilk Complex is way off there as well. I meant to go buy me some Cosmic Crisp apples, which are now officially out and about. They're in store shelves everywhere. I didn't get a chance to do that this weekend. I'll see if I can make up for that today. I've never eaten a Cosmic Crisp, so I gotta find out what the buzz is all about. Good morning to our friends in the greater Orondo Rock area on a cloudy, cool, gray Monday morning. Is that it? Do we have one more camera? Megan, I've already lost track. Gee, it must be Monday. Show me one more camera. There we go. Oh, that's the one. That's the that's one of our newer cameras off of Blewett Pass. I'm trying to remember the name of it. That's right. It's the Valley High camera. Thank you very much, Megan, pointing to the southeast, I believe. So you can see a little sliver of Blewett Pass right there. Blewett Pass right now, by the way, has a traction tire advisory. All the big three have a traction tire advisory. I'll give you your pass report here in just a couple minutes. So good morning to our friends at Valley High. Go high. Yes. Sounds like a high school, doesn't it? Didn't Archie and Veronica and Jughead, didn't they go to Valley High? I can't remember. 7 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. Let's take a look at what we have for you for the rest of the week. A light wintry mix is possible, really. Oh, courtesy of our friends at Patriot Plumbing and Heating and Cooling. They gave your home a hug. You can't forget about that. So you can see the sun's not going to be hanging around a great deal, but we are going to warm up. Could get just a little bit, just a super light bit of light freezing rain overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday for the Wenatchee Valley, the Chelan area up in Waterville. Not a big chance of that. Temperatures are going to, as you can see, they're gradually warm up through the week. High pressure is going to build over the region. It's going to trap the clouds and the fog down on the valley floor. So it's not going to give us a great deal of sunshine, but it's certainly going to warm us up. Sunrise this morning, by the way, 7:28, so we're not there yet. Sunset tonight, 4:12. That's 8 hours and 44 minutes of daylight. So a little freezing fog, lots of clouds today. We'll top off at 33, 28 for the overnight low tonight. No real change. We do it again Tuesday, a little bit warmer. High of 36 degrees. Tuesday night, as I mentioned before, a slight chance of a rain, snow, freezing rain mix. It's only about a 20% chance of precipitation. I wouldn't bet on it. Wednesday, we really start warming up. High of about 39 with a slight chance of light snow early Wednesday morning. Patchy freezing fog forms again Wednesday night. We'll get down to 30. Patchy freezing fog early on Thursday morning. It's a pattern we're used to, but look at the high. 42 on Thursday, 43 on Friday. The snow level, by the way, is going to be above us. It's going to be about 2,800 feet for most of this week. Again, just a slight chance of precipitation on Friday. Friday night, we're looking at maybe a rain-snow mix. Whatever we get's not going to stick around very long. As you can see, we warm up. Finally going to see a little bit of sunshine, by the way, on Sunday. Yesterday's high was 28. Our normal high should have been 36 for the first day of December. We got down to 19 on Sunday morning. Our normal high would be 27 degrees. So that is your forecast from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Let's take you up to the major mountain passes where it's a traction tire advisory across the board. On the big three, that's a live shot of I-90 right now. Again, traction tires are advised. It is freezing rain at the summit of I-90, and most of this freezing rain is coming down on the west side of the summit, we're told. So they do have a traction tire advisory with some snow and slush on the roadway. To Stevens Pass we go. Nothing coming down out of the sky right now, but there is some compact snow and ice on the roadway on US 2 Stevens. At the summit you see there, they have a traction tire advisory. And the same deal with Blewett. Nothing coming down. In fact, there's clear skies up above Blewett Pass right now, but they still have a traction tire advisory with some compact snow and ice on the roadway on Blewett. And the forecast for the mountain passes for most of this week does not call for a lot of precipitation. A little bit of snow here, a little bit of snow there. If you want to avoid I-90 because of the freezing rain, if you wait about an hour and a half to 2 hours, that freezing rain is supposed to switch over to just plain rain. That'll make things considerably easier. So you might want to put it off for just a couple hours if you can. Anyway, traction tires are advised across the board on I-90, on Stevens, and on Blewett. But again, they're expecting pretty quiet weather for the most part in the Cascades for most of this week. 10 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're live this morning from Studio 5 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
Winter is here, and CVCH wants to give your child a free sled to help them stay active. This January, plan to join us for a free event for the whole family. Free sleds, hot chocolate, and fun. For complete details, visit the CVCH Facebook page or check us out at cvchchillout.com.
Hi, my name is Jim Heinlein, independent agent and owner at Springwater Insurance Group, formerly known as Senior Insurance Services. And we recently decided to make that name change because we're offering so many different other types of insurances in addition to Medicare education and enrollment like we've been doing for 15 years. So if you have questions about Medicare or any other forms of insurances, give us a call at Springwater Insurance Group, 888-2600, or visit us at any of our 5 locations.
11 minutes after the hour, overcast skies, 24 degrees. We'll top off at about 33 degrees with quite a bit of cloud cover. No real precipitation in the forecast till we get to Tuesday night into Wednesday and a gradual warming trend. Here's what's making headlines on this Monday. A 3-car accident yesterday afternoon on the BB Bridge sent 2 people to the hospital. Also closed the bridge for over 3 hours. The Washington State Patrol reports that shortly before 1 o'clock, again this was yesterday afternoon, 40-year-old Susan A. Bales of Auburn and her passenger, 5-year-old Emily Iris McCraggy, were injured after the car Bales was driving was struck by a pickup being driven by 24-year-old Gray E. Jensen of Woodinville. Now, the State Patrol says that Jensen's truck was crossing the bridge southbound. It lost control, struck the bridge, and then crossed the center line where it struck Bales' car head-on. Bales was transported by ambulance to Central Washington Hospital. McCraggy was airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Their conditions are not known. 3 people in a third auto involved were not injured. All those involved were wearing seatbelts. Jensen faces charges of driving too fast for conditions. Well, an 18-year-old man pleaded guilty on Wednesday to making a threat of violence against Kashmir High School. Also got himself a 90-day jail sentence. Gerardo Tovar Medina had no apparent access to a firearm or other means to carry out the threat he posted online back in February. That's when he left a comment on a student's YouTube page saying, quote, "I was planning on shooting up your school," end quote. But the posts led to a modified lockdown at Kashmir High, and Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested Medina at his home the same afternoon. Medina was hospitalized for 8 months until he was judged competent to enter a plea. Well, the city of Chelan is looking for a new city administrator today after current administrator Mike Jackson announced that he would be stepping down at the end of the year. City Council will pay an Issaquah-based firm called Prothman Executive Recruitment. They're going to pay them up to $18,500 to help in the search. Jackson was hired in October 2016, and his departure comes after incumbent Mayor Mike Cooney was defeated in the November 5th general election by former Mayor Bob Getty. Prothman recently was hired to find Moses Lake's new city manager, a position that was eventually filled by Wenatchee Executive Services Director Allison Williams. Well, the reward for information on a string of haystack arsons in Grant County has now grown to $15,000. The Grant County Sheriff's Office offered a $5,000 reward. That was Tuesday for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for 12 haystack arsons this year. And then on Wednesday, the Arson Alarm Foundation added another $10,000. So to be eligible for the reward, people need to call 1-800-55-ARSON. For the Grant County reward, information should be submitted to crimetips@grantcountywa.gov. If someone witnesses an arson in progress or suspicious activity around haystacks, they should immediately call 911. The haystack arsons have caused losses estimated in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, North Central Washington could see significant economic growth over the next decades as a result of a new federal program that offers tax breaks to businesses who locate in undercapitalized areas. The establishment of federally sanctioned opportunity zones could make that happen. Chelan County has partnered with Douglas, Okanagan, and Ferry counties and the Colville Confederated Tribe in developing a shared process which is now in its second year of planning. Chelan County Commissioner Kevin Overbay shared with our very special news correspondent Steve Harrod the scope of the program.
For Chelan County, our opportunity zone actually begins at 5th Street. So with the PUD, facility is actually located within an opportunity zone. So that's an opportunity to market that, into the future. But it goes from Fifth Street all the way to the south part of the county, to the county line of Kittitas County. And so Mission Ridge is involved in that particular piece and is within the opportunity zone, and everything from that point, so the south end of Wenatchee.
And that is comprised of both public and private?
That is correct, yes. So, you have the two different types of investment is either a private investment, where basically it could be a single investment where somebody can create their own LLC and invest specifically into one particular project, or a qualified opportunity fund, which is a multiple investment portfolio that actually goes out for multiple projects. So what we are doing as our partnership is we're trying to identify potential projects, number one, for investment. We're also looking at setting up a qualified opportunity fund within the area that people can actually make that investment in.
Well, I know that area around the Alcoa smelter is an area that is also, I guess, within that opportunity zone, isn't it?
It is, that is correct.
And I've heard that there has been some interest expressed in that.
There
At least a
definitely
part
is.
of that property down there.
Yep, there definitely is. There is a blue sky project that we're looking at right now that may have the potential of utilizing that space. We're still in the process. Blake is working very hard with the port on that particular piece. And so it's just a great partnership that we have. We have our partners in this are not only the counties and the tribe, but we also have the chambers, we have the port districts, we have the economic development district. And so everybody is collectively working together, understanding that if we tried to market our opportunity zones independently, we would not only be competing against one another, but we really wouldn't have the bandwidth that we can actually have with this partnership.
And that's a look at what's making headlines on this Monday morning. The crew will be back at it again, putting together another newscast for you tonight with a preview. Here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good Monday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, I'll have a complete look at the weather forecast for the week ahead, and Eric Granstrom will be in with a preview of tonight's Seahawk-Vikings football matchup. That, all the day's news, and much more coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 right here on the NCW Life Evening News. Hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We appreciate it. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you, our viewers, and we make it as easy as possible for you to get a hold of us. All the tools that you would normally use to get a hold of people out there in this great, big, beautiful world of ours, we make available for you as well. Our Facebook page. Be sure to like us when you drop by our Facebook page, and you can drop us a line via our Facebook Messenger app. We appreciate it. You can also just go to our website and click on the Contact Us icon. It's at the top of your screen. A form fills out. You can either submit a news tip or just say hi. Let us know what you think about us. You can do that again via our website. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call at the number you see at the bottom of your screen, or email us, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com, if you have a news tip or maybe even a video of the day you'd like to see on the evening news at 5, 6, and 10. We're going to take a break. When we come back, sports, big Monday night football game, as Grant just mentioned, between the Seahawks and the Vikings. We'll also talk about the Wild over the weekend. Fall sports is just about done in the world of preps, but winter sports is kicking in. We also have the obscure holidays, some celebrity birthdays. Today in history, everyone's entitled to Mike Minardi's opinion. We'll talk about the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive and my conversation with the senior drum major and the junior drum major of the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. It's a busy Monday. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
20 minutes after the hour, let's do sports. Hey, guess who can take over first place in the NFC West tonight with the victory? Yep, our very own Seattle Seahawks if they knock off Minnesota tonight. They'll take over first place, courtesy of our good friends, the Baltimore Ravens, who beat San Francisco yesterday, 20-17. So the Seahawks, with a win tonight, would improve to 10-2. That would be the same record as the 49ers, but of course the Seahawks own the head-to-head tiebreaker after they beat San Francisco earlier in the year. Whatever the case, Coach Pete Carroll knows the Vikings will be a difficult challenge tonight.
They're really sound. They know how they want to play, and they have a lot of stuff that complements their base defense. They play really good base defense, but then they have the disguises and the movements because of Harrison and the stuff that he can, he can change every look and fool you with stuff in a really advanced fashion, So you just have to wait them out. You know that they're going to slug the line of scrimmage pretty good on you, and they're going to keep the guys in the box and all that. And then they have a variety of coverage things that they do. Over the years, they've been a really good blitz team with a unique blitz package, and they can pull that out at any time. And they've been good against the run. They're under 100 yards there. They play well on the passing game. It's hard to beat these guys. They have always been a traditional good third down team, a good red zone team. So all the situations they play really well. So there's just no weaknesses here. You just got to go slug it out and hope you can make the plays and move the ball.
Seahawks and Vikings, 5:15 kickoff tonight on ESPN. Well, since Chris Peterson took over as the head coach of the University of Washington, his teams have never lost to Washington State. That trend continued on Friday. Washington dominating the Apple Cup again, 31-13 the final. Husky quarterback Jacob Eason, 15 for 22 for 244 yards, also threw a touchdown through the air, scored one on the ground. The Husky defense, impressive. After giving up an opening drive touchdown to the Cougs, the Husky defense harassed Wazoo quarterback Anthony Gordon with 5 sacks, a couple of interceptions. The Dogs also forced a crucial fumble on a Cougar drive deep in Washington territory. The next stop for the Huskies, a bowl game, of course. We just don't know which one they're going to. Could be the Vegas Bowl, the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, the Red Box Bowl, or the Sun Bowl in El Paso. Washington State finishes the regular season 6-7. They're predicted to go either to the Las Vegas Bowl or the Cheez-It Bowl in Phoenix. We'll know on Sunday after the conference championship games are played on Saturday. The Wenatchee Wild managed a split over the weekend in BCHL play at the Town Toyota Center. Wenatchee got clobbered Saturday by Nanaimo. The final was 7-1. The visitors scored in the first minute of Friday's game, then kind of kept scoring. It was 4-0 by the end of the first period, 6-zip. After the second, the Wild finally got on the board in the third on Brian Adams' 14th goal of the season. But Saturday, that was a different story. Although the Wild fell behind again early, Langley scoring the game's first goal 27 seconds into the contest. But the Wild had an answer as they came out and scored 2 in the second, another in the third. The final was 3-2. Arch Ecker with the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
There's a right-handed shot, block, rebound, shot, score. Tristan Frazier finishes it off. Matthew Hubbard got the initial shot, and it hit someone in the back of the leg, and a rebound kicked off to the side. And Tristan Frazier able to sweep it home for the second time in as many nights. The Wild victimized in the opening minute of the contest. Hastings waits, looks, feeds it up top midpoint where it's played by Overland, and then back over on the near wall for Chorsky. Side of the net, Hastings walks out in front, backhander by Adams, and he scores! Power play goal for the Wild, and they've knotted it up at 1. Tied at 1. Rivermen win the draw, and they'll feed it ahead. Backhanded across left side, in, shot and a score. Caden Patrick took the shot from the left circle, and it went off the glove as Chenard got a piece of it. Bounced off the glove straight down and back up into the net. Christian Lyon. Off the draw, shot by Hastings and a save made. Bounces into the corner, lobbed ahead, gloved and held in the zone by Overland. His shot and he scores! Jared Overland with his first goal of the year. Further, but intercepted by Luley. Luley to Hastings. Hastings gains the zone. Rister shoots and he scores! Oh, from the top of the left circle. Hunter Hastings pulled the trigger and rifled it home. What a shot by Hunter Hastings. Korsky tries to get to it. He's got the empty net to shoot at. He'll push it across. Shot off the post by Adams. Oh, Chorsky set it up for Adams. and he rang it off the pipe. 15 seconds left. It's up through center. Herzog tried to fire it in, and it got blocked, went off a body, driven back into the zone, played by Scoville. He works it along the near boards. 4 seconds left. Grabel will control, and this one is just going to run out of time for the Rivermen. And the Wenatchee Wild talked about trying to get the bad taste out of their mouth from last night's game. And nothing like a win on home ice in regulation to achieve that goal.
For the Wild, they wrap up their homestand with a Wednesday game. The V's from Penticton in town, 6:05 is when they'll drop the puck to high school football. Indiana and Elmira Cooley Heartline saw their seasons come to an end with the state 1B football semifinals. Over the weekend, Odessa beat Antioch 84-20 in Moses Lake on Saturday. Elmira Cooley Heartline fell in the cell in Tumwater. The final there, 70-44. So the stage is set for the state football championships, all held on Saturday, 3 different stadiums in the Tacoma area. Take a look. The 1B title will be decided at Mount Tahoma Stadium at noon between the Cell and Odessa. At 4 o'clock, you got Camas and Bothell for the 4A championship. The 1A title between Linden Christian and Royal will kick off at noon at Harry E. Lang Stadium. That's in Lakewood. That'll be followed at 4 o'clock by the 2B championship between Kalama and Onalaska. Puyallups Sparks Stadium is the site for the 3A and 2A championships. Eastside Catholic will take on O'Day at noon, and then Steilacoom and Tumwater at 4. And by the way, the state seating committee did a pretty good job. 3 of the 6 state titles will be decided between the number 1 and number 2 seeds, and the number 1 seeds made the finals in 5 of the 6 championships. The surprise seeds making the finals, number 7 Linden Christian in the 1A tournament, and number 5 Bothell in the 4A bracket. So the fall sports schedule wraps up this weekend. The winter sports schedule got underway over the weekend. Let's take a look at the Les Schwab prep scoreboard at Antioch. The Antioch and Columbia games, they were canceled on Saturday. At Eastmont, the host Wildcat girls got off to a rough start. They lost to Bothell 42-23. Meanwhile, in Kashmir, Eastmont's Evan Smith sank a couple of free throws in the final seconds to lift the Wildcat boys to a 75-74 win over the Kashmir Bulldogs. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday, 28 minutes after the hour, 24 degrees, overcast skies. I usually don't do the same obscure holiday twice in the same year, but this one is different because National Mud Day actually falls on 2 separate days, January 31st and again on December 2nd. We are, of course, celebrating mixed breed dogs. Of course, they are just as cool, if not cooler, in my opinion, than purebred animals. 8 out of 10 dogs in America's dog shelters are mixed breeds because pure breeds, of course, are rarely adopted. They're normally just flat out purchased from pet stores or puppy farms. There are about 40,000 pet stores in this country, and puppy mills make a lot of money. You're much better off adopting a mutt from your local humane society. On average, mixed breeds live longer than pure breeds. Mixed breed dogs have better overall health as a rule of thumb. Mixed breed dogs always have a unique appearance about them, and of course, mixed breed dogs are a lot less expensive than pure breed dogs. Celebrate mutts. I'm a mutt guy. I've had them both. I loved all the animals, all the dogs I've ever had. But hey, who's kidding who? We love mutts most of all. It is National Mutt Day. Head on down to the Humane Society. Get yourself a mutt. All right? They deserve as much love as any other animal. 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history. December 2nd, 1823. Hey, the doctrine is in. The Monroe Doctrine. In his State of the Union address, U.S. President James Monroe said, here's the deal. Europe, pay attention, Europe. Here's the deal. We'll leave you alone. You leave us alone. All right? Just stay out of North America, Europe. Don't come over here and try and mix things up. And in exchange, we won't get over there and get involved in the politics of old Europe. And of course, the Monroe Doctrine became the foundation of the foreign policy of this country for hundreds of years. Every president, pretty much. From Ulysses S. Grant, Theodore Roosevelt, JFK, FDR, Ronald Reagan. Yeah. So basically, that's what the Monroe Doctrine is. It doesn't really happen much anymore because who's kidding who? With the United States, we have our fingers and pies all over this world. But for the most part, the Monroe Doctrine is still kind of hanging around. Yeah, the Monroe Doctrine was proclaimed by James Monroe, although it wasn't written by James Monroe. It was written by John Quincy Adams, who should get more credit than he should. And speaking of important days in American history, 174 years ago today, in his State of the Union address, U.S. President James K. Polk said, hey, we got to expand, we got to get bigger. So a quick heads up, Native Americans, we're coming west. It was known, of course, as Manifest Destiny. And it was the idea is that if we're going to expand, we can't just hang around east of the Mississippi. We got to get over the Mississippi and keep heading west because, hey, it's a big country and we need the room. Manifest Destiny. We're moving west, America. It was proclaimed by James Polk on this date back in, when was that? 1845. How's that working out so far? Bottom of the hour. Birthdays. Peter Goldmark will always be a hero in my world. He was born in the state in 1906. He passed away of a car accident back in 1977. Peter Goldmark's claim to fame, he invented the LP, the 33 1/3 long playing record, was his invention while he was working at Columbia Records. He was a music nut, but of course music during that time in his youth and during his formative years was on 78 RPM records, which means you could only hold about 3.5 minutes of music per side. That didn't do Peter any good because he loved to listen to operas and classical pieces and extended musical pieces, and it just doesn't work when you have to flip the record over every 3 minutes. So he came up with the idea of the 33 1/3 long playing record. But as part of his employment with CBS, Peter Goldmark didn't get to patent the LP record, as CBS got to keep the patent. But as a special gift for inventing the LP, Peter Goldmark was given one free copy of each LP that Columbia Records released while he was employed at Columbia Records. Peter Goldmark, the guy who invented the LP, one of my top heroes, born in the state in 1906. Who's the greatest quarterback in America right now? Well, probably Tom Brady, but Aaron Rodgers has a pretty good argument. Aaron Rodgers is 36 years old today. Back in 2008, 11 years ago today, he replaced Brett Favre as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. He's been there ever since. He is the NFL's all-time regular season passing rating leader. He has a rating of over 100. Only Russell Wilson is the only other one with a rating of over 100. He has the best touchdown-to-interception ratio of all time. He has the highest single-season passing record ever at 122.5. He is considered by many sportscasters and a lot of players as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's in that list. He's in the short list. He's one of the top 5 or 6 ever. Aaron Rodgers is 36 years old today. And speaking of athletic legends, of course, I'm talking about Uladzislu Hanchuru. Yep, when you think about trampoliners, you know, Uladzislu is the number one guy. He's from Belarus, and back at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Reno, he won the Olympic gold medal in individual trampoline. Didn't even know it existed. He is 24 years old today, so for all you trampoline fans out there, this is a special day for you. 33 minutes after the hour. Thanks to everybody who came out and visited Eric and Brent and the crew at Hooked on Toys on Saturday. It was the official kickoff of the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. It is back again this year. Those are the groups that will benefit from this. Kashmir Cares, the Children's Home Society, of course, Bruce Transitional Housing, CASA, Serve Wenatchee Valley, and SAGE will all be benefiting that. They get the toys, they distribute the toys, but we need the toys. And courtesy of all those sponsors there, that's how it works. So every child in our community should have a whole bunch of new unwrapped toys under the tree coming up for the holidays. So wherever you go on your holiday shopping, be it infant, toddlers, 8th graders, 9th graders, everybody in between, just donate a new unwrapped toy. If you're not sure what to get, they have the special tree at Hooked on Toys. So you're out shopping, get the toys. Get more than one toy and drop it off at any of our sponsor locations. Any of our sponsor locations will take your toys, and we'll make sure that the kids who need the toys get the toys. The Les Schwab Community Toy Drive back for its 3rd big year. And thank you to our title sponsor, Les Schwab, for making it happen, and all of the sponsors, but especially our friends at Les Schwab. We are going to take a break. When we come back, it's a brand new opinion from Mike McDonough. You've never seen it before. And then my conversation with the senior drum major and the junior drum major for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. They have a big Saturday coming their way. That's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Monday edition on the NCW Live channel.
Celebrate the holidays with your friends and neighbors. Stop by and exchange a warm smile and a holiday greeting with these local businesses. Eugene and his crew at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee wishes everyone a happy holiday and a big thank you for supporting their local business. Fresh dough, real cheese, tasty ingredients, pizza made to order. From their kitchen to your oven, Papa Murphy's Pizza. Order today. Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, do you know what group very possibly is going to ensure Trump's reelection in 2020? I'll tell you, it's the Democrats. Yeah. If the Democrats won't put up a viable candidate who is even close to being good choice for us libertarians and dissatisfied conservatives, we're just going to have another 4 years of our current president. Now notice, I didn't go out of our way to say our current administration because the way Trump hires and fires his cabinet members and the regularity in their resigning if they're not fired, other than Donnie himself, who knows who'll be running the executive branch. But like I say, Trump may be reelected. And if he is, I'm going to bet it's mostly going to be the Democrats' fault. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Once again, we are out of the studio. We love getting out of the studio, and we love to profile kids who are doing good things. And one of the best organizations for youth anywhere in North Central Washington is the award-winning Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. Another fantastic year of competition has come and gone. And to join me to talk about what a great year it's been for the Golden Apple Marching Band and the upcoming Holiday Craft Bazaar, which is this weekend, we have the two drum majors. Introduce yourself to our television family.
Hi, I'm Johan Luna, and I'm the senior drum major.
And I'm Haley Wells, and I'm the junior drum major.
So you inherit his job next year.
Yes,
and that's
exactly.
That's how Mr. Kovac does this.
Yeah.
So, and you had some big shoes to fill because Olivia did a tremendous job last year.
Yeah, she definitely did a really good job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her.
And then, of course, we're talking about Olivia Lancaster, who unfortunately ran for and then ended up in the top 3 of the Royal Court. And so when it was come time to do all the parades last spring, she wasn't in them.
yeah, I did Apple Blossom by myself. So that was when I did Apple Blossom, it was pretty nerve-wracking because it was just by myself. I didn't have Olivia around. So, but I managed to go through it, and yeah.
The competition season, it starts. These guys start in like late July, early August when you actually start practicing.
Yes.
And then it goes all the way through to Veterans Day weekend. You go over to Auburn. You compete with all the other bands. Second place this year. Fantabulous. That's
Thank you.
That's another kudos to you guys. Let's go backwards in time. Walk me back to the competition in Auburn. I'll let you both talk about that first. What's it about, and how do you enter, and how do you compete, and how you're judged, and all that stuff. Go ahead.
Yes. So how Auburn works is we there's two sections. There's a parade section in the morning, and then there's our field show. So we do the parade. We parade through Auburn, downtown Auburn, and then after that we end up going to the mall. It's like a tradition that we always do. We end up going to the mall, hang out with friends, and then after we do our finals competition, and that's when we incorporate our field show. And we get scored on many aspects, so whether it's like marching, visual effects, even us, the drum majors, we get
Best drum major.
Best drum major or something. And yeah, there's a lot of aspects to what we get judged on.
So when you're marching in the parade, and I'll ask you this, do you know where the judges are, or do they spread them out so you have at any one time, okay, we're being judged right now, or do you not know?
So there's signs that will show like the judges are coming, and Mr. Kovac will obviously tell us like get ready, and yeah.
But most of the time, you're working on your field presentation, which was another tremendous show. It's always themed out. I don't know where Mr. Kovac finds these shows, but he finds them, he buys them. Everybody gets their sheets, and you start going to work on that. And that process was, what, 100 and somebody figured out how many hours?
176.
176 practice. That's outside of the band room,
Yes.
which is right next door to us, by the way. Did you have any idea it was that much work you put into it?
No.
Yeah.
Time flies.
So talk about you're both drum majors. You're in charge, and if you've ever seen the Golden Apple Marching Band perform, Mr. Kovac gives you a great deal of latitude to run the band. He's the head cheese. He's the big umbrella. Yeah. But once he has the two drum majors, it's in your hands, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And so what's it like to be judged, or judging your peers and being judged by your peers as the drum major, as being in charge, but you're all the same age? What's that like?
As my first year, it was obviously something different, going from a flute to being in charge. It's something to get used to, but you get used to it.
Mm-hmm. Same question.
Yeah, so same thing as like Haley said, from coming to like a clarinet to being obviously the leader of the band. It's a huge step because you're taking account of the whole band. You're responsible for them, so it's pretty big responsibility. So like, for example, if the band isn't listening to you, or like they're not following directions, you kind of have to like tell them, hey, we need to like get focused and just keep up that discipline that GA is very known for.
Yeah, the excellence that the Golden Apple Marching Band has goes back decades and decades. Gene Sarge Huber was an integral part of making the Golden Apple Band the unbelievable great unit it is. How did you get to be drum major? I mean, was it an open audition like it is when you your first chair trumpet, second chair trumpet, or did Mr. Kovac say, "I'd like to talk to you for a minute"? Or how did you get to be senior drum major, and how did you get to be junior drum major?
How this works is we always have auditions in the spring. So anyone in the band can audition, whether you're a flute, even drums, anyone in this band. And then you audition, and after that, Mr. K makes a final decision on whether or not we get selected. And in our band banquet at the end of the year, we announce the drum major. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah.
And so, same deal? That's what happened with you? So why did you want to put down the clarinet and pick up the baton, and why did you want to put down the flute and pick up the baton?
It's just such an interesting role, and having that, I wanted to be in a leadership role, and called my name.
Yeah, same thing for me. Incorporate my leadership and take what I've learned from the band and incorporating it to them, showing them. Yeah.
When you told your bandmates and your classmates, I'm going to try out, I'm going to see if I can be a drum major, were they encouraging, or I think you'd be great, or how does that work?
I had 100% support. Everyone supported me. They were happy. They were there for me and helped me through it all.
Yeah, same thing for me. Everyone was 100%. They're like, oh, you should definitely try out for drum major. You'd be good at it. I can already see you, conducting, doing everything. So, yes.
So right now the band is practicing behind us. You can probably hear them. in the background noise a little bit. When you're not here with me talking, and now that you're through with the competition season and winter is coming, would you right now, if you were in class, would you be playing the clarinet and would you be playing the flute just to keep?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we would be playing right now since it's our concert season.
Right.
Yeah.
What brought you to the flute? Why the flute of all the instruments?
It started when I was younger, and my mom played the flute when she was in high school, and it's just always been around. So then in middle school, when I had the chance to, I picked it up, and I liked it ever since.
What about you?
And then for me, it started in 6th grade, so I had an option to either like choose any instrument, and I was thinking of doing trumpet, but then I saw the clarinet, and I was like, that seems pretty interesting. I really like it. Also, because like I've had experience with the recorder, so it kind of reminded me of like a recorder, so I gave the clarinet a try, and I'm
There you go.
Yep.
What's the hardest instrument to play and perform? And when I say that, I mean when you do your actual field presentation with all of the movements and all of the different changes in keys and tempo and the flag team, and you put things up and you dance and stuff like that. What's the hardest instrument to play and the easiest one to play?
It would probably be the tuba, since it's very heavy.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to be in good shape. And the easiest one, probably the flute, right?
Flute.
Yeah.
Well, we have to keep our angles up, and that
Uh-huh.
can be, our arms get tired, so sometimes it can be rough.
When Mr. Kovac brought you the lead sheets and everybody where everybody's supposed to be, and if you're unfamiliar with it, basically it's a big map of a football field and it shows where everybody's supposed to be at any one time. Do you look at that in August and you go, we got to do this?
Yes.
Every year. That's how I am.
And yet he believes in you. He trusts you.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Talk about Mr. Kovac as a teacher.
Mr. Kovac. He is such an amazing teacher. He's always there. He's always supporting us. Obviously keeping up the discipline that Jay is known.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a funny guy too. We always make jokes, especially us two, since we're very close with him. We're always, joking around. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Your impressions of Mr. Kovac.
He is just a big role model for me. He knows when to be funny and when to get his discipline in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've seen him be both, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
It happens in a split second.
When you're running the band, do you have the authority to say stop for a minute? You guys are off key, or don't like that, or is that strictly in the domain of Mr. Kovac?
Part of it has to do with our staff. If they think that, oh yeah, we need to stop, then and redo it again, then yeah. But if we personally think that the band needs to redo that specific set, then we just tell them to reset and go on from there.
Okay. Talk about, before we take a break and talk about the Big Craft Bazaar this weekend, talk about parents and talk about the band Booster Club, because without the parents' support and without the Booster Club support, the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band isn't nearly as successful as it is. I'll let you go first.
They just put in endless hours. They're really supportive. I honestly don't know what would happen without our parents.
Yeah, same thing for me. They're so supportive. They're always there, providing meals for us at every comp, and as well as just encouraging us in general. Like, you got this. You're gonna do great. Don't be nervous. They're very supportive.
Do you feel any kind of pressure living up to the reputation of the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band? Has been one of the finest marching bands, high school marching bands in the state for decades. That's got to be a lot of weight on a teenager's shoulders.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. You're going to be a junior. You're a junior now. Be a senior next. So I'm not going to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you this, my friend. What next after Wenatchee High School? Where to? Where you off to?
I'm thinking of going to UW and probably majoring in biology and going into dentistry.
Do you see yourself playing the clarinet in 25 years? Are you going to keep playing it?
Maybe. I might consider doing the Husky marching band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might as well.
Yeah, might as well, yeah.
Same deal. You see yourself playing the flute in 25 years?
Possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any college plans? I know you're only a junior, but
right now I'm taking a class to be a CNA, and we practice outside of school. We have our all-day clinicals, so it's preparing me to be a CNA. So I hope to go to nursing after high school.
Good. Yes. Good for you. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the big event on Saturday. It's the must-see event. It's a big fundraiser for you guys. It's the Holiday Craft Bazaar, and we'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
It's time to renew your body and mind. It's time for Stressless. Now at Boswell's, save $200 on Stressless seating with a minimum $50 donation to charity, or $400 on Stressless Mayfair, featuring innovative ergonomic comfort systems and multiple sizes for a personalized fit. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. Proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. This Saturday at the Wenatchee High School Commons, about a 250-foot walk from where we're sitting here in the band room. It's the annual Holiday Craft Bazaar. It's a fundraiser. All the proceeds go to the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band, so they can go to Disneyland every 4 years or something like that. Did you already do? You did your Disneyland trip,
yes,
right?
we did Disneyland last year. This
Yeah.
year we'll be going to Canada, Victoria, Canada.
Okay,
Yeah.
that means you have to play in the metric system. Yeah. That passes for a joke for my show. That's one of the we did mention this. One of the cool things if you try out for Golden Apple Marching Band and you make it as a freshman, you're guaranteed a trip to Disneyland because they go every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that in and of itself is worth it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
it is.
That's pretty cool. Talk about Saturday
Okay, so on December 7th, it's an all-day event.
from 9 to 3, and the band will all be there.
Yes.
Yes,
Everybody's
we
going to
will
be
be helping out with our local vendors because they'll support our band boosters.
there. And this is a big. You guys make a lot of money off of this.
Yes,
every year, don't you?
yeah. This is one of our biggest fundraising that we have, and we'll have this year. We'll have a children's craft area, so perfect for like little ones to make all sorts of crafty things.
And that's new.
Yeah,
You haven't
it's
done
new.
that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
And-
a taco
go ahead.
truck. A taco truck.
And is that new too?
I
can't
don't
remember.
think so.
I know I've bought food here before because
Yeah.
I've done this before, and I've got some really unique stuff.
Yeah.
Some cool. Where do you find the vendors? They probably they know by now.
Yeah.
They say, when is it? I'm in again this year, right?
Yeah. So the vendors will be at the WHS Commons. So they'll it's filled with all sorts of tables and local members from the community to just come here, sell their crafts, and support the Golden Apple Band.
And I got the little list here. Thank you, Jennifer, for bringing this out. Let's see. Handmade items like holiday decor, ornaments, jewelry, soaps, lotions, baked goods, wall art, hand painted items. I got a hand woven blanket here a couple of years ago. I love it. I use it every day. Pottery, doll clothes, baby items, yard art, wood crafts. I think Jane and Stan are bringing their honey again this year. The vendors set their own price?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Definitely do.
And it's all hands on deck. The whole entire Golden Apple Marching Band will be there, right?
Yes. We'll have a lot of band members coming to help out load people with their tables or their crafts and all that.
Do people have any idea how big this is? Because it's big. I mean, you walk into the Commons, you go, there's a lot of people here. And there's a lot of vendors here.
Yes, it's a big event taking place.
Yeah. So before I forget, how do you pay? I mean, can you pay with a card or do you have to bring cash?
It's free admission, so
but I
everyone.
mean, when you pay for like buy a blanket or buy honey, is that between you and the vendor and how you pay, or do we even know?
I think it's probably most likely cash.
Just bring cash.
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah,
cash.
bring
Don't bring a lot of cash.
Yes.
Bring a lot of cash. Bring $7,000.
Sounds
There
about
you go.
right.
And donate it all to these guys. You can have a chance to do a little shopping while you're here. Or you guys working the whole craft fair?
I'll be volunteering to work.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
the
And
whole craft.
yourself?
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, good for you. And all the money, and then it goes into like instruments and the Disneyland trip.
Yeah.
What else does the money go into? The uniform hemming and repair and stuff like that?
uniforms as well as money
Cleaning.
for cleaning and then money for our comps and all that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about instruments? Where does the money come from that? Do you own your own clarinet or do you?
So
okay.
I own my own clarinet. Yeah.
My own flute. Yes.
But a lot of musical instruments are expensive, and a lot of kids can't afford to buy their own instruments.
Yeah, so we have school instruments that we'll be willing to loan to them.
Okay, that's cool. What's next for the Golden Apple Marching Band for the rest of the school year? Now you're heading into winter. You got what's the rest of the calendar year look like?
Yeah, so we have our winter concert. I don't remember the exact date, but our winter concert's coming up, and then after that we start practicing for solo ensemble contests taking place here at the high school, and then after that we start prepping for Apple Blossom.
Right. So
Yes.
it's kind of a quiet time, really.
Yeah, quiet
All things
time,
because
yeah.
you guys are nuts between August and November.
Yes,
It's crazy time for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so are you ready to kind of cool out a little bit and chill?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
I bet
definitely
you are.
something new.
What advice would you give your cohort when she takes over the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band next year?
My advice I would give to Haley would be really just be out there, encourage them, keep up the discipline that our band's well known for.
And that's the
our
big thing is
reputation,
discipline.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. One of my favorite stories, and we'll close with this story. A couple of football seasons ago, the band performed. You guys were getting ready to go into your location at Liebhoff Field at the Apple Bowl, and a bunch of parents were trying to get to their seats, and you guys were in their way, and you guys weren't moving.
Yeah.
And the parents said, "Okay, you guys look like you were the guards of Buckingham Palace." And I thought, this is a disciplined group,
Yes.
especially for a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah.
So have a great time on Saturday.
Yeah, thank
have a
you.
great
Thank you.
competition season. Enjoy your life at the University of Washington.
Yes.
Go Huskies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah. Hopefully, go Huskies. And thanks for letting me come in and disrupt it. Of course, you should be in class right now,
Yeah,
right?
we
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite class outside of band class?
I like going to AP Literature,
Uh-huh.
especially because my teacher, she's so nice.
Who is it?
Miss Nets.
Oh, she's tough.
Yeah.
She's tough. What's your favorite class outside of band class?
Medical occupations with Mrs. Southard.
Okay.
Yes.
But they don't offer goofing off anymore. That was my
no. I
favorite
wish.
class here was
I
goofing
wish.
off. Yeah. Yeah. Management time, that kind of deal. Yeah. Going to Pizza Hut for lunch, whatever. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me do this.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
From our staff here at Impact Auto Sales, we want to wish you happy holidays. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
They may not be from you, but they're a part of your family. For many reasons, not all children are being raised by their parents. Are you a family member who has stepped in to help raise grandchildren, nieces, or nephews? Whether court-ordered or not, Aging and Adult Care may be able to assist you with many needs. Kinship Care helps keep family and community ties together. Learn more about Kinship Care by contacting Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, working together for a better quality of life for all.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master, Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
All right, let's wrap up this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your all-important weather forecast. From the National Weather Service, a little bit of freezing fog. It burns off later on this afternoon. Lots of clouds. We'll top off at about 33 degrees. We hit 28 yesterday, so look for a little bit of late afternoon snowmelt. Mostly cloudy tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Clouds again on Tuesday. In fact, it's going to be cloudy pretty much this whole week, as you can see graphically speaking there. We'll top off at 36 on Tuesday. Gradual warming trend. High pressure builds over the region. The good news is going to warm us up a little bit. The bad news is that it's going to trap the clouds and the fog on the valley floor. So we'll be in the lower 40s by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. Slight chance of a rain-snow mix late Thursday night into Friday morning, but the snow level is going to be up above 3,000 feet, so no real concerns there. Outside of that, typical early December weather. A light wintry mix is possible tonight into Tuesday morning, but there's only about a 20% chance of that. If it comes down at all, it'll be a little bit of light freezing rain. And a quick heads up in the mountain passes. Traction tires are advised on the Big Three. My guest tomorrow, Tom Nees, Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley, talking about the big Handel's Messiah concert coming up on Sunday at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. And until then, everybody have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.